Hey, 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 what is cracking? What's cracking? What's up? How you do? I am your girl, Misbehaving. And the name of the channel is Misbehaving is Fun, where I talk about real people, real problems, and real drama. And baby, celebrities are real people too. How are y'all doing? How are y'all doing? The time is now 6:48 p.m. here in California. And it is 9:48 over on the East Coast. Yes, and that's my co-host, my son. Yes. Tell him what's up, baby. Tell him what's cracking. Yes, I love you too. I love you too. So, hey, y'all know I always keep it real up over here. Baby, I am a mother. Honey, you were bound to hear all types of sounds in the background. Baby, from my son, you may hear a door slam, a car siren. Hell, you may even hear the toilet flush. But what's up? What's up? How are y'all doing? This is Monday, and baby, this is not a messy Monday. Baby, whoo, baby. If you are over there watching Carlos King, Mr. Monday Night, baby, we got us a delicious treat. Who knew? Who knew little Carlos was packing, baby? Who knew Carlos was packing, baby? Now he wasn't packing no anaconda like that, but baby, he was over there penis popping. He was over there penis popping. Hey, Kedia B says, good evening, Misbehaving. How you doing? How are you doing? Baby, I do not own the rights to any of the images that will be shown tonight. That is owned by its prospective owners. And honey, I am not going to go through the motions of reading fair use. The description of fair use is down in the script description box as well. Honey, we will talk about more than just Mr. Carlos King and baby, why they he gives new meaning to Kingdom Reign Entertainment, baby. Honey, when Claudia called Carlos out about being able to see his penis print, honey, Carlos got the blushing, baby. But before Claudia called him out, honey, he was standing up on that chair with them little skinny legs. Honey, and you could see that thing swinging and banging, baby. All hail the king, honey. All hail the king. Claudia wasn't lying, y'all. Ah, Claudia wasn't lying, y'all. Yeah, look, and you see her mouth, baby. Claudia, not only is she a woman of a particular age, now Claudia done sat up there tonight and told y'all she ain't no hoe, so she ain't got no hotels to share with y'all. Girls and boys and days. Claudia said over there on Mr. Monday Night, she let y'all know she ain't had no penis in 2 years, honey. And baby, to put a little sugar on the ice cube, Claudia is an Aries. Now, I'm not saying it's nothing nasty about us Arieses, but honey, baby, we can spot some good, big slanging way, baby. But honey, ladies and men, honey, good penis is evil. Honey, you get a hold of the wrong penis, baby, it'll make you mad. It'll make you go crazy. It'll make you go crazy, baby. Honey, you won't be able to think straight. Hell, sometimes you won't even be able to walk straight. But honey, Carlos had his little tail up on that chair swinging them legs and got the nerve. Carlos. And Carlos is a Libra, y'all. Baby, he up over there with no drawers on. That little Wanny just swinging and banging. Swinging and banging. But baby, the review was good. They reviewed Real Housewives of Atlanta and Married to Medicine, and the banter that all three share back and forth, their communication style. I mean, you can tell that they're all friends, and you know they have no trouble speaking their mind because a little bird told me Dustin is always is also an Aries. Honey, I know some of y'all got a lot to say about Aries people, but what I'm gonna tell you is this, honey: if you got an Aries that's your friend and down for you, you got a rider for life. Now, the flip side to that is if you cross us, baby, you got an enemy for life too. But anyway, baby, I digress. So, honey, I don't know how many of y'all have watched Real Housewives of Atlanta last night. Now, for those of you that don't know, I am a member of Team Twirl. Honey, Kenya B. Moore is a part of Black legacy. Love her or hate her, but you need to know Kenya is a very intelligent woman. Kenya has been in the entertainment industry for years. Kenya was once upon a time one of the it girls. Every rapper, everybody wanted Kenya in their video, or she was in a movie, or starred on someone's sitcom. So to have Kenya on Real Housewives of Atlanta, a reality show. Some of you that are younger, you know, you may not be familiar or acquainted with her accolades. But honey, I am not advertising Real Housewives of Atlanta like that. Honey, they ain't got my girl. She ain't been having no confessionals. She ain't got a peach. They treating my girl like she a friend of the show. And honey, they just using her for right now so that they can discard her. Now, uh when Kenya dip, baby, best believe misbehaving is gonna dip, and I'm gonna be just like y'all. Kenya. Honey, I like me some Kenya, honey. Hey, Rosie, what you doing, Mama? Rosie said, "Hey, misbehaving in chat," and I want to thank y'all for coming. Even the folks hanging up in the cloud, just hit the like and subscribe if you have not subscribed. Because didn't I tell y'all? I gave y'all a warning yesterday, honey. I'm like a man with good penis, honey, and no money. I don't have a set schedule, so you can't depend on me. When the urge hits, I go ahead and click my live and I go ahead and talk about it. But honey, I had the opportunity to watch Real Housewives of Atlanta last night as well as Married to Medicine. Yes, Rosie, had that wine, baby. Is it red wine or white wine? And I don't even know why I'm asking because I don't even drink. Somebody one time asked me, what you been drinking? I said, honey, I don't drink. I said, I'm just high off life. I said, so you see my personality right now, not being on any liquor. Can you imagine how it would be if I were to consume liquor? Baby, I'd be up on the tabletop. Oh, some Prosecco. All right then. All right then. So, baby, um, so baby, I was watching Real Housewives of Atlanta last night, but like I said, when Kenya go, I'm gonna go, cause so far from what I've seen, there's no reason why Kenya and the young lady Britt should be having an issue with one another. So I don't know. There's a lot of things, information that has been cut out that we're not privy to because for right now it doesn't make any sense. But anyway, baby, the episode was good. um you know, you can't take none of these folks too seriously, but baby, I like me some Angela Oakley. Now, honey, they let me know Angela is from Chicago, so what's up, Chi-Town? But Angela has that nice little she has that little nice nasty classy shady. You know, she's quick with it, but a lot of folks seem to feel like she ain't got no choice but to be quick with it because of her husband Charles Oakley. And honey, I don't blame you because you got to have more than just beauty, honey. You got to have beauty and brains and be able to think quickly on your feet. Now I know we saw the last episode, I think it was in episode 2, I believe, where Angela said she's a self-made millionaire. And then in this episode, she was talking about, she mentioned how her and Charles had to go for therapy because of you know I guess with her investing his money in these various housing projects. So somebody said she doesn't have the money that she claims to have. Well, my thing is this. Why would you want to spend your money anyway? Spend your man's money. Shit. Spend his money. I don't know why do these men think they supposed to get you to cook, clean, give them that good loving, and they ain't supposed to do nothing in return. Shoot, I don't blame her, honey. And she, baby, bye. Baby bye, honey. She knows she can be replaced at any time. She's being smart and strategic with her money. And that's how I wish the younger ladies, a lot more of you younger young ladies would do. You know, you can be classy, be a freak in the sheets, but a lady in the streets. Ain't nobody gotta know, honey, you be up in the bedroom, pussy popping on the handstand. Let them folks think you a old nun, old conservative out in the street, and you save all that freaky dicky stuff for your old man, honey, baby. And while you being his private dancer, honey, you run his pockets, okay? You run his pockets, okay? Baby, don't get caught up in this new age stuff where they want you to be talking crazy and act like you the man and talk about, I don't need no man and this, that, and the other. Ladies, it's okay to be independent and make your own money and pay your own way. But honey, don't you stop that man from providing for you. Don't you do that, honey. Don't trick yourself out of your spot. Do you understand? Unless you're tired of being there. Unless you're tired of being there. But anyway, that's enough of Charles and Angela. So then we have ooh, we already talked about this yesterday a little bit when I told y'all to tune in. So did y'all peep out Reuben? I found out he is not a butler. He is Britt Edie's personal assistant. I'm wondering what she need a personal assistant for in that house. It seemed like they ain't got enough room anyway, because she claimed her mother's bedroom is next to her and her husband, so they trying to get a bigger house. So what does she need an assistant for? And then I'm kind of confused. Are y'all lost? Rosie, what you said about Angela and Charles? You said Angela, oh, Charles has some good comebacks too. Yes, baby. She got to be quick on her feet. So, but what I want to know is this. What I know that Britt said that she's an entrepreneur. She sells insurance, but she also said in this episode that she sold her business. She went into business with her sisters because their father um was a successful businessman or something, and in between jobs he had $1 million life insurance and he happened to die. But because he was in between jobs, the insurance company wouldn't pay out the money to her mother, so that inspired her to go ahead and become an insurance agent to create her own insurance company. But then she also later on, while she was talking to her sister-in-law, said that she sold the company uh, and she fired her middle sister. So I don't understand. There's something else going on where we're not getting all of the information, because first all the sisters want to be in business together. Then your oldest sister, she wanted to do something else because she figured that you were too bossy, and then you fire your middle sister because you sold the company. So that lets me know that y'all didn't go into business together. You were the one that opened the business and you just hired your sisters. But I don't know. It's more to that story there. It doesn't make sense. And I don't know, but honey, Reuben, baby, he was serving them cakes and yams up in that kitchen. And Reuben actually has a very beautiful smile. He does. But for the life of me, I don't know why Britt Edie needs an assistant. What'd you say, Rosie? You know it's a whole lot of scamming in Atlanta. Baby, it seemed like Atlanta and everywhere else, but baby, they say Atlanta is the capital. And you know what? honey, and we're gonna talk about some scamming when we get to Married to Medicine, because I know y'all done heard about Quad and her nephew. I make jokes about that because that photo Quad and King have, they look like a mother son duo. But honey, we'll get to that when we talk about Married to Medicine. Because I'm telling you, that's what I'm saying. If you get up on reality television, you better be ready for people to bring out all your dirty skeletons. Because honey, they gonna run a background check on you with a fine tooth comb. Now, if they like you, they will protect you and try to quash that information from coming out, you know. But honey, if I tell any and everybody, honey, if you have an established company, or you have some sort of success financially, and you value your reputation, honey, going on a reality television is not for you. That should be your last choice. In my mind, reality television is for the brokies. Folks living check to check, and shit ain't got no more money, but they trying to make some money, and hopefully expand their business in some sort of fashion. Because honey, a lot of us fans, we are tired of these scripted reality shows. If y'all say it's your reality, we want to see your reality, and a lot of them don't want to come up on there and show it. They want to sell us an illusion. They want to sell us an illusion. That's all they want to do. What'd you say, Rosie? Yes, because they coming out. Keep your man off the internet too, misbehaving. Baby, okay, okay. Talking about some pictures. Baby, we ain't gonna even talk. Honey, we ain't gonna even talk about that. But honey, Rosie, I've given up fornication. I'm doing things the right way. I can't be giving up this good Thundercat without a serious relationship. I gotta do it. I gotta do it the right way. Look, you got me tickled to death up over here. But anyway, I believe that there is more going on with Britt Edie situation. I know she said she met her husband during the pandemic, but that man, he just looks so tired. I don't know if maybe he's working 16 hours. He's stressed. I don't know. But her husband seemed like he appears to be one of those men that just like to go to work all day. They come home, they tired. Just give them a home cooked meal, and hell, give them a little head and some legs, and put them to bed. That's it. That's all he want to do. He don't want to entertain with nobody. He's not interested in the flashy life. So I don't know. We'll find out something. I know I am, and I'm gonna blame myself. I was one of those people that said, hell, he might not want her, but that was wrong of me to make that assumption and speculation. So I'm gonna mind my own business because I don't know, honey. All I know is this man looks disinterested. But anyway, let's carry on to Kelly. Now I like me some Kelly. Remind you of Cecil. Yep, yep, yep. hmm But Kelly, I like me some Kelly and her girls, and I just don't know why. Y'all know I'm trying to. I don't want to say I'm trying to turn over a new leaf, but I'm trying hard not to talk about women's appearances, because these are really some beautiful women. They really are. But for me, it's like it's disturbing to me to see black women getting plastic surgery and getting these duck lips and nose. But on the other hand, I know that if they're in entertainment, and sometimes people, they go with uh I guess to assimilate, to look like the folks in power. you know, they don't see any beauty in their natural features. So I'm not going to be hard on the women and judge them for that, because entertainment is a mother sucker. I mean, being a size 9 in California, honey, that was considered fat. And it's still considered fat, but a size 9 is small anywhere else. So, yeah, I'll try not to. I love the fact that Kelly shared the diagnosis of her daughters. Um, I love that she provided that education. But can you imagine, as a mother, like being unaware of your child's diagnosis of osteogenesis imperfecta, like not knowing, and for those, what she said is like brittle bones. But can you imagine being a mother and this is your first child, and then you come in and see like there's something wrong with your child's limbs, like their arm or leg is misshapen or shortened or twisted in a funny way, and to take your baby to the hospital, and people suspect you of child abuse. One, you're already emotional and upset and crying because your child is injured. You don't know what's going on, and then to compound that with, now they've called child protective services on you as well as the police, thinking that you abused your child. And had it not been for the doctors, because a lot of times it just takes the medical staff to have patience and to listen and not to prejudge you. Had those medical officials not done their due diligence and assessed the child thoroughly, they could have very well just easily accused her of child abuse. So, yeah. Hey, awesomely grateful. What'd you say? That is the problem with having money. You spend money when you don't have to. Most of us learn to love ourselves without plastic surgery. That's right. That's right. Awesomely grateful. That is so right. I always I told my daughter one time, my daughter, I told you, y'all, she likes to pick at me to get a reaction out of me. Like, she'll tell me stuff that'll make me, just go on a tangent and start venting. I might be in my normal mommy mode, and then the next thing you know, I done turned into Sister Soldier. And then she gets a kick out of doing stuff like that to me. So one day she was telling me she wanted to get her a nose job. And I said, a nose job for what? I was like, girl, you're beautiful just the way you are. And she was like, well, I just want to get it done. And I was like, for what reason? And she was like, well, I had problem with breathing. You've already had surgery. You don't need to go chopping on your nose. Don't do that. And I told her, then she started laughing because I told her, all right, all you black folks out here bleaching your skin and cutting off your nose, getting rid of your black features, when it comes time to get that reparations check, they going to tell you you're unqualified, null and void, because ain't nothing black up on you. And she started laughing and she said, Mommy, we not getting no reparations check. I said, shoot, you not getting it, but I'm going to get one. But yeah, I'm gonna try not to be so hard on the women. But it's just so odd. Never in a million years would I ever think that plastic surgery. Because I remember when surgery first came out when I was younger. In my mind, I was like, I couldn't fathom a black woman wanting to go get a butt or breasts or lips or nothing. I couldn't fathom any of that. But hey, folks are doing it. But I always tell people, how can you trust somebody to uh, do plastic surgery on your body when you see the discrimination and the racism in healthcare, the disparaging treatment and care that black people receive? Just because you're going to hand them some money so you can I wouldn't trust anybody altering my body. You don't know what they shoving up in your body, honey. There's some of this stuff you don't know what the long-term ramifications of it is. But I know they say don't judge, that's people's right to do it, I know. But I can't help it, I got two eyes, and when I see people, it's just odd. So I don't know. I don't know. But I love my black features. What'd you say? Sadly, too many of us have low self worth, though. Yep, that's true. We've been indoctrinated. We've been indoctrinated, and they taught us that from a young age. Do y'all remember? I might be older than a lot of you, but if some of you are my age, if you're 50 and on up, remember the Dukes of Hazards? Like I remember the Dukes of Hazards with the cousin. I can remember as a little girl taking a white towel, putting it on my hair, and pretending like that was my hair. I mean, when you look back at your childhood, there are so many things that they show us. We didn't always have positive images of us. So that's another reason why I like Kenya Moore so much, not just because she had beauty. um you saw didn't see often women that looked like Kenya, her complexion, dark chocolate. And not only that, she was smart, very smart. So it made me proud. It made me very, very proud. Um, what you have to say? Absolutely grateful. You said Kelly may be the breakout star this season for her transparency about real issues. Yes, yes. You guys, I guess I missed something on one of the episodes because hey, Miss Shirley, hey, awesomely grateful. I think I missed something. I know she had, you know, hinted at that she was in an abusive marriage, but I never heard the details or got some of the information of exactly, what type of abusive it was. But I was on someone else's chat, and they were saying that it was more than just financial and emotional, that it was also physical. You okay, baby? I apologize, you guys, but I was like, oh my God. And then she's so small and little bitty, but I agree with you. I love that. And I love that, and the fact that shoot, what she do? That man took all that money from her. She packed up her four daughters, her babies, honey, and she went and rented her a condo. She said, "Let me go over here with my girls." But yes, I appreciate that about Kelly. So I like that about Kelly, and not only her sharing that, but I loved her realness when she met with Portia, when they met at the lunch. So I love that, honey. Kelly is my kind of girl. And now I told y'all I don't drink, but Kelly said she wasn't having no drink when Portia offered her, told her to have that Hennessy strawberry. What was it? A margarita, a martini? I think it was a margarita. But then after they had been at the restaurant for a while chatting it up, then Kelly said she'll have a drink. And Portia, what did Portia? I think Portia asked her, did she feel safe? Kelly said she didn't know if she was gonna have to knuck and buck. I know that's right, little mama. Kelly said she ain't drinking. She got to keep a sober mind because if a heifer want to knock, she definitely gonna buck. Rosie, you said yes. I would admire the magazine and soap opera women. Yes, we did. And what you said, awesomely grateful. You said absolutely. Who knows what type of nose or butt you'll end up with after surgery, right? And then you can't take it back. And you can't take it back. So I mean, I that's why I think it's important for us to talk to the younger, our daughters, our nieces, and the younger women coming up after us. Um, so I'm glad to say my daughter didn't go get her nose done, but honey, I had went on a tangent. You bet not. I don't even like uh tattoos. I tell her and all the young folks, I said, do you know those tattoos are identifying marks? And I said, not only are they identifying marks, but your body is a temple and you scarring up your masterpiece by putting that ink and stuff up on you. I was like, don't do that. But anyway, What you say, awesomely grateful? You said I come from a family of different shades. I'm a latte cocoa. I have never been a colorist, and my family isn't either. Right. And you know what? I'm glad you mentioned that because that will lead me to segue to I'm a by I don't know if I want to buy. Yeah, I'm a bypass Shamia taking her daughter to get her tonsils and adenoids out. Which one? That's Shia, the oldest daughter. But that's a good segue to the argument between Shamia and Angela Oakley because I'm hoping that they're not playing like scenes out of order. But from that whole scene, Shamia was the one that threw the first blow before the woman even knew she was talking about her nose. So when Shamia talked about Angela's nose. When Angela called her Flavor Flav, I did not look at that issue as it being colorist, nothing like that at all. It's you didn't talked about me, about my nose, and I may or may not be sensitive about it. So I'm gonna call out something that you may or may not be sensitive about. But then again, she clarified it exactly. She said she related her to Flavor Flav because she's Portia's hype man. You know, all she needed was a clock. So that was a good little nice nasty going back and forth. But Shamina is giving off mean girl energy. Now, outside of uh, Shamia having her daughters, especially Shiloh, with what's going on with her, and as y'all can expect, I am a little sensitive when it comes to Shamia and her daughter situation. Um, because I have a child with special needs, so I'm sensitive to mothers that have things going on with their children. But at the same time, I don't want Shamia to use that as a shield to hide behind. And what I mean is, I don't want her out here being a mean girl, attacking people and doing tacky stuff, and then people have to hold back and not say anything back to her because she is raising a child with special needs. Now, don't y'all, some of you don't take this out of context. I'm not saying that anybody has the right to attack her children, because whether the children have special needs or not, no children should be attacked, especially under the age of 18. No children should be attacked. But what I'm saying is, sometimes you have to be mindful of your situation before you get to attacking people, because some folks are not empathetic nor sensitive. They will attack your child to get at you. Now, the only thing I can say about that now, if you get the attacking a disabled child, you better be ready for the repercussion. Cause, honey, some of us parents is hella crazy, honey. Cause I know I go nutty buddy. I go nutty buddy about mine, honey, and wouldn't nobody be able to keep me up off of you. What'd you say, Rozzy? I didn't either because they almost the same shade. Okay. Okay, awesomely great. What you said, yeah, people are sensitive about noses. Say anything, but don't speak on the nose. Okay, honey. Cause if you look at a lot of them, hell, their bodies ain't the same. I sure remember when Portia first came on the Real Housewives of Atlanta and Shamia was there with her. Honey, their bodies look totally different from when they first came on the show. But I did like that little back and forth between them. It was nice, nasty, and honey, Angela is a woman of a particular age, so she's already been down that road. And like I said earlier to you, for those of you that weren't here, she got good practice from her husband, Charles Oakley, because she got to stay on her toes, honey. I bet you when Angela in her heydays when she was younger, honey, she was getting the girls both verbally and physically. Verbally and physically. But now she's at an age where she just gonna give you that nice nasty and give you the words. But baby, all of the women are beautiful. You saw all the kids. We got a chance to see Brooklyn. Brooklyn is growing up, and PJ. Y'all remember when they was just little bitty babies, and now these little young girls are growing up before our very eyes. My land, my land. Um, and then who else? Post Cynthia. Cynthia is definitely being treated like a friend of the show. Her and Kenya, but God, dog. Who else did I didn't miss, y'all? Really ain't too much to say about Portia and Drew, because I already told y'all I feel like that whole spiel they're acting, but for the sake of giving an opinion, um, I don't know why Drew can't tell the truth. Drew said she doesn't talk. I don't know. Maybe she's uh I don't want to say she's what's the correct word, the term that I want to use. Maybe Drew is I don't know. She says she doesn't talk to Dennis, but they showed production showed where she was talking to Dennis on the phone. So maybe Drew is implying that she doesn't talk to him every day. I don't know. But wouldn't you have to talk to somebody at some point if Dennis is producing her album? And have you guys listened to her album? Drew actually has a good album. I have an Apple subscription. You guys, she actually has a nice little album. Hold on just a second, you guys. I gotta blow my nose. Hold on. Uh, Let me see. Let me go down the line and see if anybody else got something else to say. Cause I mean that was the gist of the episode to me. Um. Oh no, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. I forgot to talk about Drew going to see her attorney. Well, I'm glad to see Drew had a female attorney. All right, all right. She had a female attorney, a black woman, baby. I'm telling you. And honey, I'm glad to see it. I am glad to see it. So I don't know what Drew and huh. Yeah, I love you too. I always love you. I love you two times. Yes, I love you. I'm sorry, y'all. My son gets decided I love you. If he yells out if I don't sign back, so he yells out, and then I have to look at him. Then he tells me he loves me, and sometimes he tells me he'll throw up both hands with the "I love you" sign. He loved me two times, meaning he loves me a lot. And I love him too. But anyway, Drew and Ralph. Um, I don't know what's going on with that situation, but I don't think it's unnormal. I don't think it's not normal for him to move out the house or her to move out the house. You know, um, people ain't got money like they say they do. And if you got a big house like that and it's 2 stories and you got rooms on the bottom, I don't see anything wrong, with him living in the basement. So ain't why leave out the house and go rent another place to stay um when you have this mortgage to pay on the house. So I don't know. The only thing I would say that now if he's being physical with her or creating an uncomfortable living situation for her, then I could see like, yeah, he need to go ahead and move. I've heard some people saying that she need to go ahead and move with the kids. Why should she and the kids move from the house? Because y'all know Ralph ain't finna take care of them kids by himself. Whether he take care of just his two or his two plus Drew's son. But if any of y'all have been watching from the beginning, we said someone right anyway. How did that man go from one season wanting to adopt her son and then the next season he ain't trying to adopt her, but he want to write a book featuring her son. That was crazy to me. That's why some of us fans, we you can't tell what's real and what's for pretend. Are they pretending and acting and playing roles? So it's hard to say. But I know one thing, we getting tired of Drew lying all the doggone time. And that's for certain. Who else? So we gonna go ahead, y'all. But yeah, the reason I got Kenya Moore picture up here because they don't give Kenya no confessionals, and she's not on the advertisement. So anytime I give a review of Real Housewives of Atlanta, um Kenya, that's all y'all gonna see is Kenya. Oh, let me back up. Rozzy, see, I don't know what was wrong with my computer. Yes, physical and financial abuse. Okay, yes. Um, what you say, Rozzy? I like Candy's daughter. I was sad to see her get her nose done. Yeah, I was too. I was too. But then, I was as well. But then I took into consideration. I mean, it's not right. It even, it's even worse to even think of it this way. But that's the environment that baby is in. Folks that don't look like her. So I don't know. I don't like that. And shoot, if you ask me, well, I'm gonna stay off her baby because I like me some Riley. Riley seems to be a respectful young woman. I have never uh, heard or seen anything where she's disrespectful to her elders. So I'm going to keep other opinions that I may have to myself because I'm not going to do that to that baby. But I'm glad that she so far, and knock on wood, she is not a statistic. She has gone off to college. Um, Not only that, um, just a kind person it appears that she is. We already see that she's respectful to her elders, but she's just not out there, you know, um, living it up because we have all seen her have a privileged lifestyle uh, due to her mother. So I'm glad that she has gone off to college because so many others they start off in college and then they want to hang out in the entertainment industry and you see them dating various men 10 times that greatly older than them. Hell, you see them dating men the same age as their parents. And I'm like, Lord, have mercy. Y'all ain't got no control over your kids where you'll talk to them or try to discourage them from going down the same road that you didn't went down. Lord, have mercy. You know what? I'm so sick of this baby mama uh culture. I am. I am. I am. I don't know about why anybody celebrates that culture of yeah, go ahead and have a baby outside of wedlock or have a baby on your own. Lord have mercy. I don't celebrate that, and I'll be glad when that craze, that phase is over for everyone. Huh. Oh. Yeah, baby. And what else? What else, baby? Papa. What else? Um. Look, mas, mas, no mas. Aquí tiene. Okay. Miss Shirley, you said I have five sisters, all bright with good hair. I have my mom color and my dad green eyes, but I'm brown skin. Baby, ain't nothing with no nappy hair. Ain't nothing wrong with that, cause honey, I'm happy to be nappy. Honey, I love my hair. Baby, it took me a long time. Um, huh? Yeah, you can have that too. It took me a long time recently to braid my hair. because I had gotten so used to wearing my natural hair, like just letting the sun hit my scalp and everything else. I didn't want to braid it up. But shoot. What'd you say, Rozzy? Drew be acting in real life? Yep. Shirley, you said Portia and Drew fake storyline. Yep. Yep. Oh, Drew said Dennis doesn't answer his phone. Oh, okay, sure. Yes, Drew can sing. That album is great. Lord have mercy. Drew can't. Also, Graham, you said Drew can't tell the difference between her real life and acting. Um, let's see. Miss Shirley, I would not move. Why? Yeah, I wouldn't move. Awesomely grateful. You said, why did Ralph get married, have babies just to be a serial cheater, allegedly? Make it make sense. Drew needs to pay him to leave. I don't understand why people do that. I don't understand it. They was acting. I believe it too, Rozzy. They acted. That's true, but she was too young to do that. But she doing her thing, going to law school. Yep, that's right. Riley is. They said Riley's about to be part of a new reality show on Bravo. I guess the kids from some of the Bravo celebrities. I know they said Riley. Um, what's the other one? Teresa Judice or Judici. Her daughter Gia, the oldest one. Then they said it's some boy, I guess from Salt Lake City. His mom is on Salt Lake City. So that's three. I don't know how many of these kids. It's what I think. Did they say Heather DeBro? I don't know. Heather and Dr. Terry DeBro. I think one of their kids. I'm not certain though. But they're supposed to have a reality show. Oh no, no, no. Let me not Dr. Terry and Heather DeBro. Um, I think what's that child name? Brielle, Kim Zolciak daughter. They're supposed to be on a reality show, so I don't know. Awesomely grateful. You said, in my opinion, Kenya should have stayed in Playful Shade. She got too vicious with it, so she's gone at this point. Yeah, but I want to see exactly what was said and what was done. What I want to see what exactly was said and what was done, because this is my thing right here. That's like you're getting rewarded from the forbidden fruit. So if it was so horrible of what Kenya did that you all have fired her from the show, then y'all shouldn't be able to use any of the information or the stuff that got her fired. So that don't even make any sense to me. But at least from what I see so far, Kenya has not done anything which would warrant for her and Britt to be going back and forth. That's what I'm saying. I don't know. They probably cut stuff out so they wouldn't have to pay Kenya, and then it seemed like it wouldn't make any sense not to show any of the scenes that Kenya was in because she was with some of the other women filming. So I don't know. I don't know. Um, Thank you for coming out and giving your review, Miss Behaving. I appreciate your time. You are so welcome. So we gonna get off of these folks and we gonna come up over here to Married to Medicine so I can get on them old battle axes. I'm finna get on those old battle axes. So going forward, when I give my review on this Married to Medicine the reunion, I'm only gonna show this picture right here of Sweet Tea, uh, Letitia Lunsford, Mrs. Letitia Lunsford, and Dr. Gregory Lunsford. I'm showing this picture because I don't like that them old women is up there picking on Sweet Tea. I don't like it at all. I don't like it at all. And the reason I chose this photo, now I have heard people and some of the cast member make fun of her, talking about especially Toya. I'm disappointed in Toya because Toya has been all of the other women's punching bag for many years until Sweet Tea came on the show. So for Toya to switch up, I'm disappointed. But then again, it's not it's not let's see, I'm disappointed, but I'm not surprised. That's how I want to say it. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised at anything these women do, because if these women could band together and help kick Mariah Huck up off the show, and talk disparagingly about Mariah Huck, then honey, I know they will do anything. They will do anything, honey. That's what I know. But I am disappointed that these folks is up here picking on this young woman. Now they used her to come on to the show, acted as if they liked her, and now here we are in the second season. Now they want to make it look like she's violent, volatile, crazy, and she's delusional and a liar. My thing is this: uh, Sweet Tea has not learned the game yet, and she reflects all of us everyday people. That's why a lot of us like her. Uh, she's not just no dummy. She's not no floozy. This is an intelligent woman. She served in the Air Force, and if anybody know about the branches of the military, the Air Force is top tier. Top tier. Now, I don't believe that Tisha is an old pushover, but my thing is this: these women want her to be disrespectful to her husband, or treat her husband the way that they talk and treat their husbands, and she's not doing that. I don't understand why folks can't allow other people to work their marriage the way that they feel comfortable doing. Now, last season, everybody want Quiet gone. Y'all ain't never seen Quiet with no man. Quiet ain't had a man on the show ever since her and Dr. Greg got divorced. The first season, last season, Sweet Tea and Dr. Greg came. Quiet was trying to give both of them a hug, like everything is okay. This season, Quad and brought her a man on that looked like he young enough to be her son. They don't look like they're compatible at all. Everybody trying to act like King is so fine and he looks so good, and King looks average. Average. King don't look all that, where everybody act like they drooling and they just gotta have a piece of that man. That man don't look all that. Don't none of them men on this show look all that. Honey, I'ma say it just like that. But all these old bitter Bettys up here picking on this young girl, and honey, I don't blame it. I be snapping off on them too. And if y'all was watching the reunion last night, you could tell how they didn't splice and edited clips to make it look like 1 minute Sweet Tea is calm and responding, and the next they showing a clip of her where she's looked like she's worked up, agitated, and angry. Hell, you'll be angry too if a bunch of old hoes up there attacking you for what? They not even showing their real lives. Hell, now this is where the scamming come in. Y'all see, they got reported it out there that King supposed to have a car dealership with these luxury vehicles, and here he was involved in a lawsuit where he don't even own the Rolls Royce. He did rented the Rolls Royce from somebody that rented the Rolls Royce from somebody. Then he in return rented it to somebody that claimed they got so drunk they didn't have the keys, and now the Rolls Royce is missing. So hell, are all the vehicles on King's lot stolen? Then I can already see him and Quad is about to break up, because they gonna try to make it look like he doesn't want to move into Quad's house. Because he's a man, he doesn't believe a man should be moving into a woman's house. So they gonna use this. This is gonna be the so-called reason that they break up because he's just too much of a male identified man that he had a problem moving into our house. Nothing about men where you getting this money from. But honey, you let Michelle ATLian tell you straight from the A. She said that King is Quad's driver. Now I don't know how true that is. And honey, she may have said allegedly, but honey, that's where I heard it at up over there. But King don't look like the type of man that Quad would be into. He doesn't exude money to me, honey. He does not exude that at all. And why all of a sudden now she done came back with a man? And I hope if they don't want Sweet Tea on the show, they put a pause on Married to Medicine and find new women. Cause Sweet Tea is the only authentic one there. And y'all can't say she not showing her own life. Hell, they had embarrassed her. Uh, Dr. Greg, the way he was talking, they didn't show the clip where he talking crazy to her. Y'all know that's embarrassing. That wasn't no acting right there. That was for real. We don't know what's going on with Dr. Jackie and Curtis. Well, we know ain't nothing going on with Dr. Jackie and Curtis. And Dr. Jackie is at a age in life where she could care less. She ain't trying to have no sex. She just making money, delivering babies, and being a socialite out there in the city. So she could care less. She just don't want Curtis sleeping and cheating in her presence. So Curtis then went on down there to the Dominican Republic. Because one first they said he was building buildings down there. Now somebody said he done went and built a house. Well, they said a home is cheap over there in the Dominican Republic. I don't know how true that is, but we don't know nothing about Dr. Jackie and Curtis because they don't show their life. We tired of Dr. Simone and Cecil. Simone was sitting up there with that reunion gown looking like she got toilet paper balled up on her right shoulder. Y'all know how we go, ladies, when we go to the bathroom and we get that toilet paper, especially if you squatting over the toilet, you out in public, or I don't sit on everybody's toilet, even if I go to their house, honey, I'm squatting over the toilet. But you get that toilet paper and you pull some out and wrap it over your hands. Like if you a little OCD like me, you might pull out a little toilet paper, throw out the first couple of pieces, then you take some and wrap it around your hand and fold it over, and then you pat your cat with it. You know what I'm saying? You pat your cat, make sure you get the little fluids off your cat. Then you wipe your butt, then throw it on in the toilet. Then you take your foot and you know flush the toilet with your foot. Then you go on over there to the sink, grab a paper towel, turn on the sink, and then take that paper towel and put some water on your hand. Then you put it up underneath the soap, and then you push with the paper towel on the soap dispenser to get that soap in your hand. Then you go ahead, rub your hands together, and suds it up all over. But anyway, Dr. Simone, it just looked like she had toilet paper up on her right shoulder with that horrible gown that she was wearing at that reunion. Dr. Simone always dressed crazy, and I believe it's by purpose. That's the character that she plays. But honey, we tired of hearing about Dr. Simone, Cecil not working, and them boys not working, and she taking care of them. So that's why she getting folks business. So we don't know nothing about her either. We don't know nothing about uh who is that? Heavenly, Dr. Heavenly, and Dr. Damon. And Dr. Damon is just as messy as Dr. Heavenly. And the real reason Damon don't care for Dr. Gregory is because last year when it was mentioned about cheating, Dr. Greg said he can't say what a person will or won't do. He can't vouch for if a person's a cheater or not. And Dr. Damon is mad because that man wouldn't sit up there and lie and say, "Well, no, I know for a fact he wouldn't cheat." Man, don't nobody know what nobody would do. That's why you just mind your business. You can't vouch for nobody unless you out there hoeing with them. Now, if you out there hoeing with them, yeah, you gonna vouch for them. So that's the real reason Dr. Damon don't like Dr. Greg. And then Dr. Heavenly be talking crazy and called that man old pedophile online. And ain't nobody check him. So I'm waiting for that. She should have been checked for that. I would have sued her tail for that. I don't know. They must be paying Dr. Heavenly good to be the class clown and act like a fool. But y'all, that is more than enough time. Honey, I done just did my little tay-to-tay. I'm not talking about Contessa because Contessa, I, I miss the old Contessa. Y'all remember when Contessa first came on the show? She was the pro-black militant doctor, proud of her blackness, black features, uh, espoused education, and she frowned upon the ghetto fabulous lifestyle that Toya is the poster child for. Dr. Contessa hated that because Toya want to go out and spend all this money and you in debt owing the IRS. And then I couldn't, oh man. Did y'all see the last episode before the reunion? How the hell was Anila and her husband at that party when they accused Toya of breaking into their house or having somebody break into their house? Baby, we could never be friends again. You would have to apologize on several national stages and take out an ad or a billboard. Honey, boy, I tell you. But I'm disappointed in Toya. But hey, it is to be expected. But look, y'all. The man of the hour is Carlos King, baby. He was standing up there showing that penis print. Y'all see Claudia Jordan mouth wide open, baby. Ain't nothing like a cat lady that ain't had no penis in 2 years, baby. If it's one swinging in her face, baby, she gonna spot it out in a crowd. And that's what Claudia did, baby. Mouth was wide open. Mouth was wide open. And then when Carlos sat down, Claudia told me, what'd you say, Awesomely Grateful? Oh, excuse me. Why is everyone on medicine, married to medicine, so foolish acting? What's wrong with the Black American success story? Awesomely Grateful. You know what? There is nothing wrong with it. And I notice it too. I notice it too. They never want to show images of us in a positive light. That's what I've said it a long time ago. I said that, and I had stopped supporting the show once Mariah got kicked off the show. Now, they say she wasn't kicked off, they didn't renew her contract to be on the show. But I think that the way that they are acting is counterproductive. To me, it sends off the wrong message to people. That it shows them that even, how do I want to say this? Even if we go off, look at them, even if they go off to college and they're doctors and attorneys, look how they act. They're uncivilized. I would not expect doctors to carry on this way, but awesomely grateful. There is nothing wrong with the Black American success story. And that's what a lot of us long to see more of. Because remember how much we loved watching the Cosby Show. We loved watching A Different World. There were so many shows. Even if you had foolishness, um, they were doing something. They were working. Like even if you think about the Martin Show, everybody worked. You know, um, I don't know. They just want to show the worst of us. They just want to show the worst image of us. And that's why I'm saying the women on this show, Married to Medicine, they're all playing a character. Simone wants to be the loud doctor. I've heard people say that she's actually a very nice doctor. She's a good doctor. I remember one time somebody asked me, have I ever looked up their license to confirm whether they're doctors or not? or are they just acting? And I told them, no, I've never done anything like that. That's doing too much to me, at least to me. I think that's doing too much. Like, I'm not that invested where I'm about to go look and contact the state medical board or look up and see if you actually have a license and you're practicing. Like, that's doing too much. I'm supposed to just be a fan and watch a show for entertainment. So I don't know. Yes, we had positive. Yes, awesomely grateful. We had positive entertainment in shows back then. Um, but now all of this stuff is just crazy. Like, I'm noticing a theme with even with Real Housewives of Atlanta. Although this is just the third episode. Um, the women twerking, the women twerking, like that was a little off-putting to me. I don't know. I don't know. Things are just different from when we grew up. And I remember being young and hearing the elders talk, about how my generation had changed from their generation and the way that they would carry themselves. But it seemed like, my God, there is nothing out here um positive of us. But you see, like, even if you walk around in everyday life, like I'm seeing something, a common theme, like I'm seeing a lot of uh couples, they're making sure that they have the family structure, the mother, the father, and the children, or the mother and father and the child, or but when it comes to black women, I'm seeing that it's just black women without a partner. They're by themselves with the children or the child. So, it's just different stuff that I look at. That's why when I come in contact with people, when I'm talking to them, sometimes some people have made the mistake of trying to communicate or talk to me as if I'm ignorant, or, I am unable to think or articulate my thoughts effectively, where I don't have to raise my voice and yell at you to get my point across, but, I communicate with them. And then I may question something that they've said to me. And then I ask them to clarify. I just want to make sure that I heard you correctly. Is this what, when you said this, is this what you meant, or did you intentionally uh mean to make that statement to me? Because if you did, I want to let you know um I'm offended by that statement. And then sometimes they'll try to double talk. But I get them right back on track. No, we coming back to the topic at hand. We're not going to get diverted. I don't know why I'm like that, but I don't like for anyone to think that we are all ignorant, or the way that we resolve conflict is with violence. I know how to communicate with you and get you all the way together, and also let you know that some of the things that you are doing are a violation of the law. And just because you are telling me something doesn't make it actual and factual. I need you to support your verbiage that you're verbalizing to me with paperwork. I need to see the policy, procedures, the rules, and regulations, because anybody can tell you anything, but if they don't have the paperwork and the rules and regulations to support what they are telling you, they are just blowing smoke up your ass. So when they try to come back with, oh, well, yeah, you could go on the website, the information is accessible. You could just go to the website. It's this, California, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, well, no. What I'm going to do is I am making it official that I am requesting that you provide me a hard copy of all of the information that you're stating to me, because you're telling me what's not being provided in this program for my child. That's what you're telling me. But I want to see the rules, the regulations, the policy and procedures that also support where you got that information from, because I'm quite certain that you have been adequately trained, and you are only sharing with me what you were trained and what you read in your in your training, correct? And so a lot of times they won't have the information to support or show you. No, you gon' I need that hard paperwork. I need to see it. You're not just about to tell me anything, and you're not going to tell me to go to a website because you don't know if I have internet access or not, and you don't know if I have reliable internet access. And by you being a government agency and you have this information at your fingertips, it's just a matter of you clicking on a button and printing it out and providing it to me and my son, who is a prospective client. Hey, Temple Blue, what's up? Yeah, honey. Yeah, honey. We are a reflection of our community, good, bad, and other. So, I might cut up. I might cut up online, but I'm always going to be a positive reflection of my community. And I also provide education to people because I let them know you may not be. In an environment where you have the opportunity to learn about our culture. You only see what you see on television or on social media. But just like your community, my community, once upon a time, we had various Black cities all across the United States of America. They were entrepreneurs, successful, and I said, so, we're just not a community of people that is into violence, gang banging, and selling drugs and so forth. We have a lot of intelligent black people and artistic black people. So I let them know, so they know not to play with me when it comes to me and especially with my son, set up for direct deposit. So you guys, I have been on here for a long time. I wasn't needing to stay on here this long, but I do greatly appreciate everyone that did stop by. Go ahead and hit the like button. Subscribe if you have not subscribed, and I want to thank you all. Um, I don't know what I'm doing tomorrow. I know I will be going live probably Saturday morning. I want to give them advance notice. I know, baby, we're about to go right now. Yeah, because it's oh Lord, it's about to be 8 o'clock already. My Lord. Okay, you guys, yeah, because I'm gonna get off, but I'm gonna set up a live for Saturday. For Saturday. And but anyway, yeah, I want to thank you. I am your girl, Misbehaving. And the name of the channel is Misbehaving is Fun, where I talk about real people, real problems, and real drama. Baby, ain't nobody mad but the devil. And if you find yourself being mad at anything that Misbehaving have to say, chances are the devil is you. And if you are a member of the replay gang, I want to say thank you for your support. Baby, I tell y'all got them notification bells on. Because, honey, this was spur of the moment. And I want y'all to have a beautiful night. Y'all sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite. And I'll figure out what time I'm going to go live. Lord have mercy. Okay, I don't know what this text is about. But hey, y'all good night and be safe in these YouTube streets. Come on.